Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's going to be a sit down video today. So please grab a cup of coffee, tea or whatever beverage you would like to have because I'm going to talk about the no spend January that I'm doing. So let's get started. So today I'm going to talk about why I thought of, doing this no spend January. It was just in the beginning of the first 2 days of January when I thought of let me just do because when I was doing my budget check-in in the month of December, I saw my expenses were like, even though I was within the budget and all, because of the whole festive and everything, like the Diwali, then the Christmas and the New Year's and everything, I felt that I should have planned my budget for the whole year properly, and I should have allotted little more amount for these all things, because even though I had budgeted, the amount was not sufficing, and then I had to plan the festive times within that budget, which was little bit of constraint for me. So I want to prioritize my spending this year. So it is just not going to be a no spend January, but maybe I might go ahead and just do a low buy year and prioritize more of my savings and the categories that are important and allot realistic money towards these categories. So I'm going to talk about the benefit and how I'm doing this challenge. So when I think of benefit, I think it will just not help me in my approach towards my finances, but also in my lifestyle holistically. So let's get to the point right away. Reworking the way you manage your expenses. So when I say that, it's like how to manage the expenses. We come up with different ideas to spend less, spend on more requirement and not on want. So we need to identify between need and want. Reflecting on what truly matters to you. It comes down to the same point as above. It's only when you know what truly matters to you, you will prioritize that and focus only that, and the things that does not matter, just take them away from your life. Practice conscious and intentional consumption. It is again being aware of more of your spending choices, that what I am consuming. So the next one is eliminating any lingering debt. So focusing on saving and paying off the debt. Of course, that is going to be helpful, and we keep ignoring or we don't prioritize, we keep other things. Oh, I want this, let me buy this, let me pay the debt later. So you're prioritizing those saved money and putting towards debt payoff. Grow your savings fund. After debt payment, if you don't have any debt payment, maybe then it will help in growing the savings fund. So that's what I'm also aiming for, growing my emergency fund. Then get smarter about managing money. It's getting smart about how to manage money, not be foolish and fall prey to consumerism. And of course, this is our hard-earned money, so we get to know how to spend more wisely and manage money, investing, savings, all these things. Then minimize the pressure you feel, because then when we are wisely saving and doing planning our money, we know we are a lot and prioritizing our need. Initially there will be a pressure, but then when you start seeing the funds growing and the money is there for this purpose, then it is going to be a relief and you will feel the pressure less. Then focus on what truly adds value to your life. It's more of simplifying your life, removing the unnecessary clutter from your life, both visually and mentally, so that you have a much more simpler life, so that you can focus on the goals which you have set for yourself, and it will become less overwhelming. Otherwise, if you have to do this or that which is not important, you will be always be feeling stressed out. It's not worth it, I feel. It's important that we need to first simplify our life so that we can focus on things that is important for us. Then practicing being thankful for what you have. It's more of bringing gratitude into life, bringing contentment into life. This way, I think it will gradually, holistically change the approach towards life, because comparison is a killer. we compare our lives to others and the wants keep on increasing and we feel unhappy. Oh, that person has this, that family has this car, and we need to match up to the social pressure. It's not worth it. We cannot keep going with this forever. There needs to be full stop to this, otherwise we'll be just running after these things, and it can never bring happiness to our life, the real happiness, the happiness which we get in the core. So how I'm doing these challenges and how I'm going to do no spend January is like knowing my needs and wants. So I have written down a list of things that I can buy and not purchasing the things I want. So the things I'm allowed to buy is grocery and look after any house repairing requirement like house maintenance, but nothing in terms of decors I'm going to buy, no decor items. Then of course utility bills will be taken care of, petrol, then cooking gas, all these things will be taken care. Medication will be taken care. Instead of having too many meals out in a month, I'm going to have one meal out, or I will call in for one meal like a takeaway. Then basic grooming requirements, I'm not going to go extravagant. Anyways, I don't usually go for extravagant grooming services, but then I will still try to see if I can save somewhere and if I can manage without having some grooming services. Then of course, I'm going to keep on allotting money towards the birthday celebrations and the festive times because that is a necessity. And then I am not going to unnecessarily allot high amount towards gadgets and subscriptions. And also I'm going to relook at my subscriptions that I have taken, and if I can minimize those subscriptions, I'm going to do that. Apart from this, I will also be spending on the school needs because that is something is non-negotiable, because you have to, if you have a child, you have to keep spending on the school requirements that keeps on coming every month. So I'm going to keep allotting their school stationery, uniforms and books. So we will keep spending there. Then I have another set of category where I'm going to allow myself to replace anything that is required. So this is not for just this month, but if I'm going ahead with the low buy year, then I'm going to allow myself to replace things that required to be replaced. So I'm going to try to save on electricity and put money towards my household so that I keep building the fund for, of course, that is like an emergency fund for any replacement. And if possible, while budgeting, I'm going to allot some money there. Apart from this, I have also written down a list of things I am not going to buy at all. So maybe I'll make a video for a low buy year also, because I'm feeling very motivated, and maybe I might go ahead and do for the whole year like a low buy year, and I'm going to stick to this list of what I'm not allowed to buy for the whole year as well. So maybe I'll also make a video for a low buy year in maybe next month. Let me see how it goes though, but I feel 90% I'm going ahead with a low buy year. So any technology I'm not buying, any clothing I'm not buying, any furniture I'm not buying. Technology I'll buy only if it needs a replacement, like if my earphone breaks or if my any device breaks, only then I'm going to buy, or else I'm not going to buy. I'll try to manage as much as possible. Then no kitchen extra supplies for the kitchen. Dining out not more than once a month. Then in case of subscription, I'm going to go through the subscriptions and just keep the absolute required one. No extra beauty products I'm going to spend on, and no impulse purchases, no stationery or books, and then no luxury items. So these are the things I'm not going to buy. So the ground rules for the challenge is just focusing on the needs and not wants. So my needs are what are allowed to buy, what are allowed to replace, and what are I'm not allowed to buy. So I will be focusing on this. One of my subscribers has already commented that she is doing a low buy year. So that's great. I really hope you guys to stick around and motivate each other. That's amazing. only then we can keep on going with this sort of challenges. And also, if just in case if some emergency comes up and if I had to pay for any expenses that was not known prior, then I'm not going to quit the challenge. I'm just going to start over again. This way I'm not quitting because I'm doing for the first time. So even if I fall back, it's okay, but I'm not going to give up. So I'll just make sure that I don't repeat it again, and then I'll just make a note of what was spent so that I can just fill up the gap somewhere in the coming month. So also while doing this challenge, I am also going to keep note that why I'm doing this challenge, because we need to know why so that we are always motivated to reach our goal. Without a goal, it's difficult to be on this journey. So apart from the benefits, I know what I'm going to get from this challenge. I am wanting to do this to increase my savings, and also I want to have less stress in my life when it comes to expenses. I want to minimize the pressure at any cost because it's just overwhelming for me, and I just regret any purchases that I have done unintentionally. So this time it's going to be very intentional. Want to be less stressed about finances. And then even though I'm budgeting, yes, I am stressed because sometimes I do unnecessary expenditure. I will share my experience on my no spend January, so do stay tuned. And thanks for joining me today. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye.